Advisories that are in place for a good portion of Siouxland this morning from 6 o'clock to 6 o'clock Friday morning, looking at some decent snowfall totals to fall across the area, looking at about 3 to 5 inches that are expected here across the area. So as we work our way through the rest of the morning, we've got the cloud cover there, and as we work our way till about 7 o'clock, that's when we can see the snow beginning, especially out west where we're already starting to see some signs of some snow returns just to the west of Norfolk at this hour. By noontime, snow for just about everybody across the area. Some heavy snows around Yankton and also Norfolk and right around the Sioux City area, so that might be the worst of the snow today. Things will continue into the early evening hours, but by early Friday we'll start to see that snow taper off. Looking for cloud cover, but temperatures should stay in the 20s, not only for tomorrow, but probably right on into the weekend. So here's a quick look at those snowfall totals that we are expecting, anywhere from about 3 to 5 inches across the area. 3.7 at Cherokee, 4.6 at Lamar's, and maybe the forecast models say moving east and then jaunting to the north. And again, we are going to be looking at some very heavy rainfall over the next couple of days, as well as power outages that have been felt all across the eastern seaboard from Maine all the way down the coastline to Virginia. You take a look, drenching downpour still in the forecast for this evening, locally 5 to 10 inches of rain between Washington and New York. So again, not only are we going to see rain, but on the backside of the system, some cold air is piling in. So we're also going to be looking for the potential for heavy snow through the Appalachians with as much as 2 feet of snow possible. High pressure is blocking the system, so it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. We'll talk all about our local forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Preview radar this evening, you can see the rain just now starting to move right into the I-29 corridor through Sioux City and then back especially into southeastern South Dakota. The only warnings we have in place right now are across northeast Nebraska, and we still have warnings out until 10:15 for portions of Cedar, Knox, and also Pierce County. You can see the heaviest of storms getting ready to move out of that warned area, lining up from Hardington down to Coleridge to just to the northwest of Wayne. These storms have been moving off towards the northeast at about 50 miles an hour, so they are some quick-moving storms, and they have also been dumping some very heavy amounts of rain. Now by 3 o'clock tomorrow morning, that's when we see round one, and this is going to be a pretty decent band of snow from Spencer to Sheldon back towards Beersford. But then as we go from 3 a.m. to about 8 a.m., you take a look here, and this is what we're talking about from Ottawa all the way up through northwest Iowa into southern Minnesota. This area here could see a very messy commute, certainly some slick spots on the roadway. Definitely want to be careful if you do have to head out to work tomorrow morning. Our way through the night, here comes the rain. It'll continue to push through the area. This area of low pressure is going to be tightly wound, and as it moves through the area, the snow will develop ahead and behind the system. So as we work our way into the late morning and early afternoon hours, the snow will work through. I think perhaps we might be tapering off the snow just a little early here, so look for the snows to continue into the late afternoon hours. During the mid-afternoon hours, you see it there as that warm front pushes north of Sioux City. We'll see some scattered to isolated thunderstorms during the early evening hours, but I think our strongest storms probably come between like 9 and midnight tomorrow night. As this boundary gets very close, we'll see everything kind of kick off to the east. By 7 o'clock Sunday morning, a little bit of a break, but you see the wraparound moisture behind that area of low pressure. So as that area of low pressure continues to scoot off to the east, we'll see the chance of rain continuing around the area.
Review forecast with Siouxland's chief meteorologist, Chad Sanwell.
Well, we take a look at the Mercy MetroCam. Things starting to wobble around a little bit. Winds are picking up as we've got some showers and storms developing off to our west. So as those storms do move eastward, we will look for some gusty winds as those showers and storms do move into the area. Let's take a look at TrueView radar this evening. You can see the rain just now starting to move right into the I-29 corridor through Sioux City and then back especially into southeastern South Dakota. The only warnings we have in place right now are across northeast Nebraska, and we still have warnings out until 10:15 for portions of Cedar, Knox, and also Pierce County. You can see the heaviest of storms getting ready to move out of that warned area, lining up from Hardington down to Coleridge to just to the northwest of Wayne. These storms have been moving off towards the northeast at about 50 miles an hour, so they are some quick-moving storms, and they have also been dumping some very heavy amounts of rain. In the meantime, we take a look at our satellite imagery, and over the last 12 hours, we saw the cloud cover steadily build up late this afternoon. The storms fired off to the south, and then here comes this second wave that's been developing out over the north central portions of Nebraska through the evening. That will continue. We'll see wave after wave through the overnight hours and through the day on Thursday that will bring us some very high rainfall totals. For the rest of the evening, we're heading into the late evening hours, so our severe threat is going to be starting to diminish quite a bit. Still a slight risk officially in play for parts of northwest Iowa, northeastern Nebraska, and southeastern South Dakota. And a severe thunderstorm watch continues for just about the entire KMEG viewing area. That goes until 11 o'clock this evening. Do not expect this to be extended beyond 11 o'clock this evening. I think then that means just some heavy rainfall in the forecast for the remainder of the evening. See, by 1 a.m., some real heavy showers that will move through Sioux City or be pushing off to the east. Some heavy rains from Spencer to the west of Storm Lake down to Ida Grove. And as we push into the early morning hours on Thursday, by the time we wake up early tomorrow morning, 4 a.m., just about the time KMEG 14 News at sunrise is getting going, we're going to see some more storms firing up across the area. Heavy rains from Yankton back to Creighton, and then from West Point to Norfolk. And those storms will continue moving off towards the east-northeast. So by 7 o'clock, might see a little bit of a break, but then we'll see those scattered showers firing up again around noontime. So it's just going to be wave after wave after wave moving into the area, and then eventually by late tomorrow afternoon, we will start to see those rains start to taper off just a bit. Rainfall totals are going to be fairly impressive. We're going to see close to 2 inches here in Sioux City with some certainly higher totals between Storm Lake and Spencer. Could see anywhere from about 3 to maybe as much as 5 inches in some isolated local areas, so do be wary of that. Let's take a look at how it all plays out. Of course, with the heavy rainfall, flash flood watches are in effect through the day on Thursday, especially across northwest Iowa, where we do expect the heaviest rains to be. For tonight, here's how your forecast plays out. Showers and thunderstorms down to about 60 degrees for your overnight lows. Then for tomorrow, we're going to only get to about 70 with some scattered showers off and on throughout the day. Over the next 7 days, it's brought to you by Baumgars. We'll warm it up heading towards the weekend. We'll be looking at 91 degrees as an afternoon high on Saturday. Another cold front comes through on Sunday, and that brings a chance of rain, but Memorial Day Monday looks...
Now, your True View forecast with Siouxland's Chief Meteorologist, Chad Sanwell.
Well, we know all too well the destruction tornadoes and severe weather can bring. The one-year anniversary of Mapleton was this past week, and we've already seen some of the severe weather hit down in Oklahoma.
Yeah, and with the threat that we have, that high risk for severe weather issued by the Storm Prediction Center, you know, we could see a whole repeat of Mapleton again tomorrow. I don't want to paint an ominous picture, but needless to say, yeah, we've got a dangerous situation setting up across the area. Let's go ahead and take a look out there right now. Things are pretty quiet. You got a little bit of traffic moving about on this Friday evening. The Mercy Metrocam showing, again, a pretty nice Friday night. Take a look at this picture that was sent to us by Aaron Siders here in Sioux City. We're looking east in this picture towards the storms that were in Emmitsburg earlier today. And again, these are the storms in Emmitsburg, and Aaron is sitting in Sioux City. So quite a distance between the two, but that just gives you an idea how tall that thunderstorm was. Great looking picture there. And a reminder, if you do see severe weather tomorrow and you've got your camera or your cell phone, snap a picture, send it to us at weather@kmeg.com, or feel free to post it on our Facebook page, and we'll be happy to get those on the air for you and share your severe weather pictures with the rest of Siouxland. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at our extended forecast. It's brought to you by Baumgars. Tomorrow, temperatures reach the mid-70s in advance of that system that we'll be getting here tomorrow night, creating the potential for severe weather. Behind that system, we'll see the rain sticking around on Sunday. Temperatures will be a bit cooler. And then even still a little bit cooler for early next week as the sunshine does come out by Monday and Tuesday. And that'll be before we bring back the chance for a few showers and storms coming up on Wednesday. Here's how it's played out over the last 12 hours. Some rain early this morning, and then most of the rain, or at least the heavier rain, stayed generally north of Sioux City this afternoon. They worked their way into southwestern portions of Minnesota and then basically have kind of fizzled out this evening. Pretty quiet right now with clear to partly cloudy skies across the region, but again, as we work our way through the night tonight, cloud cover and maybe a little bit of patchy fog will develop. You see the system that came through last night, that's pushing off to the east. The tail end of that system backs up as a warm front during the day on Saturday, and that is going to be our focal point for some shower and thunderstorm activity to develop during the mid-afternoon hours. You see it there as that warm front pushes north of Sioux City. We'll see some scattered to isolated thunderstorms during the early evening hours, but I think our strongest storms probably come between like 9 and midnight tomorrow night. As this boundary gets very close, we'll see everything kind of kick off to the east. By 7 o'clock Sunday morning, a little bit of a break, but you see the wraparound moisture behind that area of low pressure. So as that area of low pressure continues to scoot off to the east, we'll see the chance of rain continuing around the area through the afternoon on Sunday. Well, let's take a look. Of course, we've got the high risk for severe weather. This is as high as it gets, the warning from the Storm Prediction Center. Western portions of Iowa, eastern portions of Nebraska throughout the day. Tomorrow, we will get another update just after midnight tonight, but rest assured that this is a pretty dangerous situation shaping up. 54 degrees right now in Sioux City with partly cloudy skies. East-southeast winds are at 5 miles an hour, and our relative humidity right now sitting at 86%. Across the upper Midwest, 49 Fargo, 51 in Sioux Falls, down to the south 56 in Lincoln, 60s for Wichita, and also in Kansas City. A little closer to home, temperatures not too bad this evening, lower to middle 50s pretty much across the board. So here's what your forecast looks like tonight, and it is going to be a little bit cooler than it was, actually a little bit warmer than it was last night, about 47 degrees for your overnight lows, patchy fog, west-southwest winds. Then for tomorrow, this is the day of reckoning. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, 76 degrees, southeast winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. Some of those thunderstorms will be severe, and over the next 7 days, we are going to see a little bit of sunshine Monday and Tuesday, but rainy certainly for the weekend.
Be safe out there.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, Chad.